How you doing? Mr. DJ's back. I gotta indulge myself. One of my favorite rock and roll records of all time coming in at number 32, the week of October 28, 1972. These guys rocked. Elected by Alice Cooper, the runner-up to School's Out. Elected, however, did not do near as well as School's Out. School's Out went to number 2 here in America. It went to number 1 in Britain, but only got as high, Elected got as high as number 26 here. In the States. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even played in this market. I don't remember hearing this song on 1230 WTBC or another local radio station at 1150 WJRD. I think the only station I heard this song on was, you're not going to believe it, WKOR from Starkville, Mississippi. Mississippi of all places. Rocking out. Elected by Alice Cooper. WKOR started out top 40 station, opened in 1968 at Starkville. You got to understand, this is a small town. This ain't Los Angeles. This ain't Atlanta. Town in 1972, I think Starkville about 10 to 20,000 people, I think, something like that. Just barely could pick them up here in Tuscaloosa, WKOR. But anyway, Elected by Alice Cooper, boy, it's just probably too hard to be played on top 40 radio stations, particularly during the daytime. If you remember back in the 60s, 70s, even the 80s, DJs did something what was called day partying. That is, they'd play the harder stuff at night, so it wouldn't annoy the older listeners during the daytime who were listening to the radio stations during the daytime. The album from which this song came from, Billion Dollar Babies, best-selling album by Alice Cooper, went to number 1 here in the U.S. and in England too. Alice Cooper being very popular in England as they were here in the States. Let's see, what else do I need to go through? It was originally called Reflected. It was a reworking of a track the group had worked on earlier. The track was originally called Reflected. Some of the other songs off of Billion Dollar Babies, No More Mr. Nice Guy. That was probably the biggest hit off the album back in the summer of '73. Hello Hooray, which was in early 1973, late '72, early '73 by Alice Cooper. And I bought the album. I remember buying the album, and I just blew this thing up. I couldn't take the needle off of Elected. I'd play Elected and put the needle back on the song and listen to Elected again. I still can't get enough of this damn record, Elected by Alice Cooper. Want to give a shout. By the way, one of the group members, Dennis Dunaway, wrote a fantastic book about it, Alice Cooper. It came out just recently. I read it a few months ago, and if you're an Alice Cooper fan, I highly recommend Dennis Dunaway's book. Just look it up on Google and Google the title of the book. I can't remember the title of the book right offhand, but it's a fantastic record about how the groups got started. Want to give a shout out to one other person. I believe he's passed away. His name is Glenn Buxton. Glenn Buxton, one of the guitarists with Alice Cooper. Fantastic guitarist. He was the one. Glenn Buxton was the one who played that signature open of School's Out by Alice Cooper, that down. Glenn Buxton right there. Rolling Stone in 2003, they ranked Glenn Buxton at number 90 on their list of 100 greatest guitar players of all time. And Glenn Buxton started at Cortez High School in Arizona when he teamed up with Vincent Furnier and Dennis Dunaway. The band was called the Earwigs. The Earwigs would eventually evolve into Alice Cooper later on. It's all in Dennis Dunaway's book. It's a fantastic book. Well, anyway, I love it. Let me read you a few lyrics. This is one of the coolest. This is the '60s, baby. It is the '60s. It is '60s counterculture. Cynicism. I'm a top prime cut of meat. I'm your choice. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy and a gold Rolls Royce. I want to be elected. And check this out. At the end of the record, I think this is the part where he shouts it out. If I am elected, I promise the formation of a new party, a third party, the Wild Party. I know we have problems. We got problems right here in Central City. We have problems on the north, south, east, and west, New York City, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Detroit, Chicago. Everybody has problems. And personally, I don't care. That's classic Alice Cooper right there. Elected from Billboard's Hot 100 from 37 to 32 the week of October 28, 1972.